When it comes to licenses I really hope to see in DVD, there's no doubt that one of those licenses is The Thing, a John Carpenter classic about some unknown alien that infiltrates an Antarctic outpost full of researchers and has the capability of perfectly imitating living life of its choosing, whether that's an animal or human. What I love about this movie is that it feeds on paranoia and distrust, having each individual second guess who they believe is the thing. The film itself deliberately doesn't reveal how some things happen just to add to the suspense of the movie, making you scratch your head as to how something escalated, because some things seem like they happen in the film without build up, but it's up to you to catch how certain things happen or make out who exactly is who in certain scenes. In short, it's like the more you pay attention to the film, the more you can get a better probable idea of how someone most likely became the thing. I would love to see that exact paranoia and distrust from the thing merged into DVD, where players must find out who the thing is. However, I don't see this being a chapter though, but a unique game mode. This is for obvious reasons because I personally feel it's impossible for the thing to be playable as a faithful killer, where the thing can transform into a survivor to throw off the opposing survivors. It will be too convoluted. Hell, this idea may be convoluted too, since it definitely crosses DVD's limits in some areas, but at least it's quite faithful and would make for a pretty interesting game mode to legitimately play. I just don't believe licensed game modes would be a thing, honestly, but who knows? It can be a first time for everything, I guess. How would you guys feel about licensed game modes? Especially where it's potentially an anticipated chapter that turns into a licensed game mode, if these did exist anyway. The funny thing is that I remember a while ago when the devs let us fill out a survey where 2v8 was also present in the survey. There was a mode in the survey that kind of reminded me of Among Us by the way it was described. Not that this means anything though, but it's interesting to think that the devs are maybe considering a game mode similar to that concept. I guess the immediate problem with licensed game modes is that the game modes are limited, so as cool as a licensed game mode would be, it will suck that it's bound to go away at some point. Sure, it can always come back, but for a licensed game mode, it may hit different for fans of the source material. Anyways, here's how I think the thing could work in DVD. Not as a chapter, but instead a unique game mode that definitely changes the flow of the norm, making DVD feel more deceitful and terrifying since the thing is amongst the survivors. Like I mentioned, the thing would be in DVD not as a chapter but a game mode. 1v8. More players, more suspense. Players cannot invite friends in this mode. This is obvious because with Swift it wouldn't even be a challenge for them to figure out who's the thing due to them having comms or other alternate advantages. If the players don't know each other, they can't trust each other. Survivors cannot choose who they want to play as. However, the given survivor for the game mode will still have your set customization. For example, your given survivor won't have a default cosmetic. If they're customized, they'll look like their customized selves. I also think it would be pretty cool if all the Outpost 31 crew were playable in this game mode. If not, at least Childs and McCready, since they were the last two standing in the film. Many theories behind that ending though, but leave your theories in the comments. The Thing can play as the Thing version of existing original killers with unique customizations for this game mode specifically. When I thought of this, I was thinking of the R6 mode, that Halloween mode, where the operators don't look like themselves but they look customized specifically for that game mode. Basically that exact concept just with the Thing. The killers in this mode will look like they have light skins, but instead it will be the Thing themed. I think this will look really cool in a mode like this. The killer can shapeshift into the set survivors has been given and back to the Thing version of the killer willingly. The killer cannot select which survivor wants to play. This is because there will be no duplicates for less confusion in the lobby, especially for a game mode where essentially every player is supposed to be anonymous. Gamer tags are hidden, only show survivors' names. This is to add to the anonymous factor of the players. HUD is removed in this mode. No perks, offerings, items, or add-ons. A fog that blocks FOV from a certain range similar to Lights Out, but not the exact same and without the darkness effect. The Thing has no tear radius unless it's in chase with another survivor. Survivors have no scratch marks just like in Lights Out. Outpost 31, Mount Ormond, Ormond Lake Mine, Macmillan Estate, Mother's Dwelling, Greenville Square, Toba Landing, Forsaken Boneyard, Larry's Memorial Institution, and Cowan Farm, as well as Night Cowan. All maps would of course be extended to a certain degree if necessary. It would be neat if on snow maps the fog is replaced with heavy snow or snowstorm, and for Forsaken Boneyard it's replaced by a sandstorm. For Mother's Dwelling, it could also be heavy rain mixed in with the fog to add to the atmosphere. I can say that for other maps that would have unique touches to them like heavy snow, snowstorms, or sandstorms as well, since that's something we have yet to see in DVD yet, that would make for a nice detail to certain maps. The killer, who was the thing, must assimilate all survivors to win. There is no hooking in this mode. If a survivor gets downed, they are killed on the spot. Insta-down killers do not insta-down, but instead injure the survivor if the survivor is healthy. After the thing kills a survivor, a 10-second timer will activate. When the timer ends, the thing will automatically shapeshift into its given survivor if it didn't already. Once it shifts into a survivor, it cannot shapeshift back to a killer for 20 seconds. This only occurs when the thing has just killed someone. This is just in case the thing decides to only stay as the thing most of the game, so it forces the thing to navigate as survivor for a sec to deceive survivors and damage their objectives. When the exit gates are powered, this effect no longer applies. Machines spawn around the map that survivors can interact with and vote who they think is the thing. Machines are active every 2 minutes, collecting votes during the 2-minute duration. When the timer ends, whoever has 3 votes and or above will be eliminated from the match. If one of those players are the thing, the survivors win the match. The player will have to select the name of who they think is the thing. The survivor's face icon will be next to their names to further tell who that survivor is. If a survivor gets killed after they already voted, their vote will still count for that opening voting session. The machines will also go on a 2-minute cooldown after the voting process has ended. Voting machines also let you know who's dead. Survivors can always see the auras of voting machines. When a dead survivor is found, the thing or a survivor can activate a fog meeting. Once this is activated, the whole game freezes and survivors gather around the campfire that will be placed on every map. During this meeting, survivors have a quick chat cycle of predetermined message templates to chat with others to figure out who's the thing. The quick chat cycle would be straightforward, not providing too much intel of what specifically happened, but letting you know what happened or what's going on, if that makes sense. For example, everyone watch out for Jake. The white has been following me alone all match. Claudette is safe. Who has the flashlight? Like that. It will be very similar to Among Us quick chat regarding accusations, questions, the face icon of which survivor, quote unquote, you're calling out is the thing, and all that good stuff. After the fog meeting ends, the game will resume with all survivors around the campfire. Voting machines will also be activated. Survivors must complete all generators to win, and or find out who's the thing to win. There will be 8 generators for the survivor to complete. Generator repair progress is significantly faster for survivors, meaning repair progress will be a bit faster than it is in normal game mode. Generators will already be at 5% progress during the start of the trial, so that they can be heard from a certain distance. This is similar to Lights Out because of the fog. The thing can damage generators from a distance, making them regress much faster. However, survivors can get notified by this, so they can stop the rapidly regressing generator. After this action is performed, it goes on cooldown for 60 seconds. When the thing interacts with a generator while it's in survival form, it can instantly take away 25% of progress on it. However, the thing suffers a 40-second cooldown from this interaction after usage. When the thing works on the generator, some progress is made, but very little, almost as if the thing is suffering from thanatophobia. The thing can fake being injured when it's in survival mode in order to lure in unsuspecting victims. If the thing is healed by a survivor and or survivors, those survivors' auras are revealed to the thing for 10 seconds. The thing can regularly heal survivors. However, once it finishes healing and or co-op healing a survivor, that survivor's aura is revealed to the thing for 10 seconds. The thing can infect all items so that when items are picked up, survivors' auras are shown to the thing for 10 seconds. The thing cannot drop pallets while in survival form. 4 small creatures can quickly roam the map and rat out survivor locations when close enough to them, giving the thing killer instinct for 5 seconds. After the creature compromises you, it will then tail you down for about 5 seconds until it decides to leave and find someone else. If the creature manages to catch you again, it will again compromise you, giving the thing killer instinct. Also, these creatures can be heard from a certain distance before you can see them and they can see you. This is again due to the fog. Creatures do not bother the thing even in survival form. There are portal doors, exactly like the Forgotten Ruins ones, around the map that the thing can use willingly to quickly evade from its current area. If there is no portal in sight, the thing can spawn a personal portal at its current position, which disappears after using it. When the thing uses a portal, it sends the thing to the other farthest possible portal from the portal it just used. Survivors can use these portals too, not personal portals, but have a 30-second cooldown after using one of them. Survivors must wait until the cooldown is over in order to use another portal. Survivors can use flamethrowers that commonly spawn around the map to kill small creatures that would keep on respawning. I think it will be a neat detail for the creatures to look like Nora's head thing, a fun reference to the movie. The way the flamethrower will work is by the player simply holding the flamethrower until they get to a close enough distance from the small creature. Once in proximity, a space prompt will pop up allowing the player to toggle it and automatically burn the creature till it's dead. The process will take no longer than 3 seconds. When survivors kill the small creatures, they take a minute to respawn again. I will say about 30 seconds. However, the thing can kill the small creatures as well, but they will take less longer to respawn than if a normal survivor killed them. I will say about 10 seconds. Survivors cannot harm the thing with the flamethrower. Once the flamethrower is used on 2 small creatures, it's consumed. Survivors can use hot wire to analyze blood from other survivors. After analyzing the survivor's blood that's not the thing, nothing happens. If you analyze blood that happens to be the things, the blood turns into a small creature, replacing one of the small creatures already present in the map. Once the analysis is finished for a survivor that's not the thing, the blood can be tracked for a short period of time, leading you to that survivor if they're not idle. However, this item appears once and can only be used twice. The location of this item is always random in at least 15 different locations. The thing can also use the hot wire. Survivors can equip flares to help them navigate through the fog that would be scattered in certain areas around the map. However, the thing can spot you in the distance while you're using a flare. The flares will work very similarly to the candelabras in this mode. Flares can also be thrown to a certain extent before hitting the ground, making you see from a further distance for a short period of time. While the flare is on the ground, it will stay lit for a short period of time, lighting the area around it before it goes out. Every so often, flares will be around the map for survivors to commonly collect. The thing can also hold flares. Green medkits with no add-ons commonly spawn around the map, just as common as flares do. There will be an item device survivors can use to see the auras of all other survivors in their radius for a short duration. It will also be scattered across the map. This will be much more limited for survivors to use, meaning it will be a bit more tricky to find since there's only so many that spawn. These will really spawn but will keep spawning just at a much slower rate. They won't always be available or common to find so easily like a flare. The thing can also use this item. There will be one and only one flashlight that spawns in the match after the first voting process has ended that one lucky survivor can pick up. The location of the flashlight is always random, meaning it can be in at least 15 different places every trial. The benefit of the flashlight in this mode is that even if you shine it for long enough at a survivor, same duration for a casual flashlight blind, if that survivor happens to be the thing, they would immediately transform into the thing, revealing their true form. The flashlight has very limited duration though, meaning if you guess 2 survivors wrong by flashing the light at them, the flashlight would be consumed at that point. So if a survivor picks up this flashlight, they better have a pretty hot guess of who in the lobby is the thing. If a survivor is killed with a flashlight in hand, the flashlight is consumed. The thing can also use the flashlight. I also thought of a 2v12 for this mode with the same rules that apply for 1v8, except there would be 13 generators for the survivors to do. Gen repair speed would definitely be increased more. 8 creatures will roam the map, 2 flashlights will spawn, 2 hot wires will spawn. The things can see each other's auras at all times. So yes, in 2v12 it will be 14 different survivors, no duplicates, and technically most of everything is double the amount. I think an open customs version of this mode where you can invite your friends to play in the private lobby where players can choose whoever they want and if they want to be the thing, or public where you can still play with your friends but also some randoms. I think this would be beneficial because I know the game can be a lot more fun playing with friends, but unfortunately for a mode like this where it relies more on everything being anonymous and suspenseful, playing this mode with friends could be a potential advantage. That's why I feel in the core mode, you shouldn't be able to invite friends. Only play by yourself, since you can't trust anyone. That trust has to be built, not already present at the start. So this is how I believe the thing could work in DBD if the devs ever considered putting it in the game. What I would especially like about this idea is the fact that it can potentially open more doors to licenses we want in DBD being explored in a different light, though it would be limited. I feel that's the only thing that would drag the excitement down if an anticipated license instead became a game mode. But like I mentioned, how would you guys feel about it? I try to make this concept as faithful as possible by bending the limits to make the thing fit and play properly in DBD. even if it seems a bit forced. I think it'll be so much fun deceiving my teammates by pretending to be a survivor, only to kill them in the process. The paranoia of not knowing who to trust when playing survivor will make playing this game feel more intense and scary, since you're kinda on your own until you build trust amongst the survivors in the lobby, or at least the ones you think are survivors. What would make this mode hard in DBD is the fact that you won't be able to chat in this mode. So to prove that you aren't the thing, you have to build some trust with the survivors and they have to build trust with you. Gestures will of course be available, but other than that, nothing but gameplay can prove that someone is or isn't the thing. Anyways, do you guys want to see me do more game mode concepts with certain licenses or in general? The Thing is a horror classic and I would love to see it in DBD in some way, shape or form. I don't feel my way is the absolute best way. There's probably way better ideas out there, but I do feel it sounds like a fun interactive game mode, at least on paper, that's faithful to the source material. How would you guys feel about this, The Thing game mode being in DBD? Let me know down below. Love y'all, take care, I'ma see y'all in the next one, and peace.